Hey guys, Jordan here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Wally, Eve, and Wally set. So I was at Walmart the other day. The time I upload this, it was yesterday. I went to Walmart and I went to the toy section and I saw this. I saw an official Pixar product with Wally and Eve, and I just had to get it because Wally is my favorite Pixar movie ever, and I just love Wally so much. But I haven't seen a Wally or Pixar except for Toy Story, because Toy Story things are always at Walmart or whatever. But you haven't seen like actual different Pixar merchandise, which is kind of weird. Okay, let's move on to the box. So the side of the box, you got Eve, Wally, and Mo, and then you got the Wally signature on the front. Then you got Pixar, and it says it's posable. On the back here, you have the figures. You got freaking Wally and Eve, and you can tell that's posable. And here's the other figures that you can get. You can get Sully, Mr. Incredible, and Mike and Boo. But it's really weird because on the box, you have 3 characters. 1, 2, 3. So you only get Mo, not Mo. You get Wally and Eve, but you don't get Mo. And also on the the Monsters Inc. box, you get like Mike and Sully and Randall, but you don't get a Randall figure, which is kind of weird. Let's just move on to the figure. I don't care about the box anymore. Okay, here we're gonna start off with Wally. So here's Wally. I have a lot of Wally things. I have a Wally pop vinyl. I have a Wally little a little toy, and also I have the Auto plush, and I also have a Gopher figure as well. So for here, it's a very nice figure. I do say it's a very nice figure. He does roll. He does have wheels on the bottom. He doesn't really like to roll that well. Like, he doesn't like to. And it would be nice if he had a second wheel, but he doesn't. Like, you see that piece right there? Hold on, let me focus on that. If you see that little bit right there, that looks like a wheel, but in actuality, it's not a goddamn wheel, which is weird. So for the detail on here, it's the standard Wally figure. You got like the sonar. I mean, not the solar. Sonar. The solar battery, and you can't even, it doesn't even have writing on that, if you can see that. It just has lines on that, which is weird. And then you got his button over here, and you got his little buttons, which aren't even painted, and they don't even have sculpted in pause and fast forward and play buttons. And there's weird here, because if you could see that, it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like he just, there you go. You see, like, he kind of looks beaten up, which is kind of weird, even though that the figure's not even painted like it's supposed to be. But why is it there? I mean, all the other figures have that, so that's weird. Then you got the Wally thing there. On the back here, you have the his thing there. He doesn't have the B&L thing on there, which, if you could see, there's a square on there, which it looked like there could be like a sticker or something, but no, it doesn't come with that. And here's the arms here, which it's, I'll get to my problems later, but here's the arms. So they're whatever. On the back, on the bottom here, they're hollow. The treads are hollow, and then it's not even painted on the bottom. On the head here, very nice head. I do like the head a lot. It does look like Wally. The wires on the back aren't painted as well. That's weird, and very nice though. So let's move on to the articulation of Wally. So his hands here, his wrists can swivel, his hands, I mean his arms can 360 degrees. They can move in and out, and they can turn. So you get some like cool poses like that. But for me, the arms are way too low to the, like, they're way too low to the ground. I would like it, because I have my tiny Wally figure here. You can see that the arms are kind of up high, and they actually, like, look normal, but this guy, he just looks like he's lazy. which is weird. So here's the actual figure, and also his claws. This one claws, his claws can open, but this one is just solid. It doesn't even move. His head, his neck can rotate. That's cool though. His neck can rotate. His head can rotate as well, 360 degrees. His neck can't rotate 360 degrees. On this figure, his head just rotates. It's just on a ball joint, so this one is also on a ball joint. And this one is, and personally in my mind, this one is way better because it has rust and, like, there's the B&L logo. You got some rust there, so I'm going to ask my dad if he can paint it for me so it looks like Wally said, just like a hunk of Chinese garbage. So let's go on to Eve. Here's Eve. This is my first ever Eve figure, so I was very happy to find her. So for the, so her head, well, I'm not going to go into articulation. Very nice figure. I mean, there's nothing that you could do. She's just white and black and blue, so there's nothing really too special about it. She is on a stand, so that stand is permanently glued. It can't come off. It does look like a suction cup, though. I thought it was like a suction cup when I took it out of the box, but no. Then you got, like, the circles in there. So let's go on to the articulation. Her head can rotate all the way around. She can look up. She can look up that far and down that far. Not very much. Her hands here can rotate. They could go, like, this one is actually better. So I could go, like, I don't know what that is. And also what's cool is that you could put the arms like that, which is cool, and also they're a freaking pain in the butt to actually get out. This one I have the most trouble with, because you have to, like, pry the figure open. Oh, the stand can rotate, apparently. I just found out. The stand can move, so she could get into, like, so she can kind of, like, look down like that. So the head can also look down, but the stand can also move, so she can look up very far and down that far, with the stand included. So that's very nice. Wally is kind of bigger than Eve, even though that Eve is way bigger than Wally. But that's okay. Eve is kind of taller because she has to stand on. But Wally is more blocky. Well, of course, he's blocky. Just, I wish that he could have, like, shrunk it down just a little bit. Oh, he can look up and down. So he can look up that far and down that far. I forgot about that. So this is actually a very nice figures. These are very nice figures. My only problem is Eve is probably the best out of Wally. Wally, all I need is his arms just need to be a little bit higher. If his claws can open, if he has two wheels that can roll properly, if he has a better paint job, and also, so it feels like they more appreciated Eve than Wally, which is kind of weird. Even though that it's he's supposed to be the main character, nothing that's bad or anything, but just get like a little bit more creative with Wally, because Eve is, like, you know, very nice figures. They look very cute together. Yeah, here's a small one for comparison. Bye, guys.